Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Community Fit. I'm your host today, James. We're here for a MoveLab class. So if you are brand new to Community Fit, welcome. If you're brand new to MoveLab, welcome. Super excited for you to be here. A little housekeeping, and it's super simple. The only rule for MoveLab is whatever you're doing it right, because there is absolutely no wrong way to move. There is no way you're going to get anything wrong today. Especially as we start to move, you're going to be brushed up against your comfort zones. You're going to question and go, am I doing this right? And the answer is yes. So this class is all about building self-trust through movement exploration. We always move the same way. So we always start with a little bit of breathing exercise, some nervous system warm-ups, and then get into some movement and end with a little bit of gratitude. So I invite you to sit and be comfortable, lie and be comfortable, stand and be comfortable, whatever comfortable means for you. Go ahead and be that right now. And the breath work we're going to start off with today is one of my personal favorites. We're going to start off with a 4-7-8 breath today. This is the work of Dr. Andrew Weil, and it could not be more simple. We're going to do an inhale to a count of 4. We will hold our breath for a count of 7, and then we're going to do an exhalation for a count of 8. 4, 7, 8. You can inhale through the nose, through the mouth, exhale through the nose, through the mouth. Make that work for you and whatever you need today. And if you find 4, 7, 8 super difficult, maybe just go into a little bit of listening for your breath. What does it sound like to breathe? How do I notice I'm breathing? And then join us on the back end. So everyone together, nice deep inhale to cleanse. Exhale. And together we'll inhale to a count of 4, 3, 2, hold your breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 7, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just inhale and exhale. One more of just feeling how you breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Take your hands, rub them together. Once your hands are warm enough for you today, go ahead and place them on the front of your throat, like so. Just relax. Let the warmth of the hands do the work for you. Your job is to just sit there and be warmed. Noticing how you want to breathe. If your posture wants to change at all with that, there's no need to be erect and upright. You can relax. You can get comfortable. Then we're going into a little jaw massage. Taking it all the way through. Maybe that even becomes some face taps. Maybe the face taps become a chest tap, just kind of waking up the nervous system, waking up the body, like you're about to do some stuff, body. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You can go all the way down into some arm slaps. All the way through the body, back, get into the legs. Take your hands and just shake them. You're shaking out stress. You're waking up your arms. The whole body kind of shake. And then just let your hands rest on the front of your legs. Now, I want you to close your eyes or keep them open, your choice. And I want you to pick your favorite color for today. Doesn't have to be your favorite color ever, just what is your favorite color right now? Imagine that your hands become that favorite color and they're paint. And you're gonna paint your legs towards your feet and back up. Now we know when we paint, we don't just keep saturating the same area. So now I've gotta go a different route. In a different route, I can go down the back or the inside. My hands don't have to match, but I'm literally imagining that I'm painting my legs, my body, my favorite color. I go down, and I come back up. I go down, and I come back up. 2 more of those. One more. Good. We're going to take our left hand, put it behind us. Just let your whole body twist as you take a look for your hand. Once you spot your hand, take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, come back. Other hand. Twisting. Exhale, come back. Other hand. Last one over here. And come back. Now, take your favorite leg and bring it close to you. This might be where it needs to rest. Maybe it needs to be here. Maybe you can bring it even closer. There's no right way. It's just bring it closer to you. And we're gonna just rock for a bit. It can be that simple to kind of begin to open up. This is my left leg, to open up my left hip joint. If I want a little more, I can bring it even closer and kind of rock into that. If I have even more to give, I can hold this leg as if I'm holding a baby, a puppy, some precious cargo, and I'm gonna rock. Just gonna open it up the hip a bit. And then let it go. Just kind of experience any difference that you notice in your legs. Now, often when we look for difference, we're thinking, oh, it should be better. It should be lighter. It should be more open. Maybe that's not the case for you. Maybe that sort of stirred some stuff up. And that's important information. Oh my gosh, my hip stuff is related down to my foot stuff, or whatever the case may be. Maybe it does feel good. Just good information. Then we're gonna do this over here. Bring it closer, other leg. You can start with a little rock. You can bring it a little closer. And then bring it the closest to you. Whatever that means for you on this side. This side's a little tighter. It works differently for me. It supports me through life differently. So it's fine. It's fine. It's not bad because it's tight. It just has a different job in my life, a different role. Good. And then set that leg. Do a little shaking out of that. Then we're going to take the left hand. We're going to just kind of begin to trace the right collarbone. So the collarbone, once you start to trace it, is suddenly like a very long bone. It's like, oh, it goes all the way from the center of the chest all the way out into the shoulder and kind of on top. You can really begin to feel that. It's one of the places we don't have a very good body map, or our brain doesn't have an idea of how big that space actually is. So sometimes just tracing it will kind of wake up the brain to body connection. Good. Then I want you to lift that right arm up and feel the collarbone that you've been touching kind of lifting upwards. And then let the collarbone relax as your arm sits down. You go up, and back down. Now you don't have to do that with your left hand if you don't want to. I just find it really helpful because for me, the center, the midline of the collarbone gets kind of stuck. So the outside will lift up, which sort of does that. But this middle portion, it's very hard for me to sort of let go and liberate and feel any movement there. You might be different. We give a lot of talk to scapula, shoulder blade, and not enough to clavicle, collarbone. Arm, shoulder, neck integrity has everything to do with this really important little bone, long bone. So just giving it a little TLC is helpful. Then, other side. And how simple to just be at your desk and do this in the middle of the day, to when you have shoulder pain, kind of have a new tool in your arsenal there to go, oh, maybe it's not my shoulder or my neck, maybe it's my collarbone. I've done all the shoulder, back, neck work, but have I worked enough on my collarbone? Then just take and kind of roll through your shoulders a bit. Now you can be really methodical and standardized, like I'm just gonna do these shoulder circles, or I could have one go forward as one goes back. I could just kind of let them bounce a bit, or I can let them sort of, I call this shoulder dancing, because there's not really, it's just sort of, where do they wanna go? How do they wanna move today? Can I get that collarbone, that shoulder, those ribs to be a little more liberated, a little more free? And then let that kind of move through my arms a bit. We don't move playfully enough, I don't think. And I think maybe if we did, we wouldn't have some of these very adulty normal pains. Good. Then go ahead and throw your legs out long. Sit up in what you believe is good posture. Now, if this leg orientation doesn't work for you, bend them a bit, let them open a bit, make it work. So once I'm up and I'm tall and I'm in my good posture, imagine that that is your spine in letter I. Your spine has become a very tall, very long capital letter I. Then, as I curl back, my spine changes shape into the letter C. And then I go back to letter I. Now, if I want, I can bend my knees, I can support my hands behind my legs, letter I, letter C, and up. The reason I'm bothering with this today is as I watch people move, we sort of immediately, anytime there's anything in this curling position, we go, oh, that's an ab exercise. So how do I squeeze my abs, or what work is happening there? Instead of recognizing this is spinal articulation. This is movement in my spine. And what I notice is that we are really reluctant to move through our neck spine often, and we'll kind of just hunch the shoulders and leave the low back in letter I. Can you, wherever you're at today, begin to let the shape of the low back change? It curls, it curls, it curls, it curls, it curls, it curls, until you're all the way down and supported by the floor. On the way up, I pick my head up, letter C with the spine, all the way up until I want to sit, letter I. I become letter C, until I'm supported by the floor. I come up until I'm supported into letter I. Play with that a little bit. Maybe you can't go all the way back in letter C. No worries, it takes practice. One more. Now this becomes not only important for abdominal work, spinal flexion, cat-cow style work, but really important for rolling work. Because what often happens when people can't get the rolling forward and back is they flattened out their low back, or they have not integrated what the heck is my head supposed to do. So I take on the letter C, I let my feet lift, and I roll. I come up, I let my feet drop, letter I. C to roll. Feet become I. C to roll. Feet drop. I. When I understand that, I can start to liberate my arms and my legs. They can go wherever they want to go, because the shape of my spine is not dependent on where the limbs are. One more of whatever you're doing there. Go ahead and roll all the way back, wherever you're at. And just let your spine take the shape of the floor, as if you're just allowing gravity to hold you there. From there, right arm lifts up, it touches left leg and sits back down. Left arm touches right leg. Other side. Now, can you begin to let different portions of your body, your arm, touch different portions of your leg? Maybe it's a wrist. Maybe it's an elbow. Maybe it's a knee. Maybe it's a foot. How many different places can I touch? Good. And then be there. Let yourself just be supported. Take your right hand, leave it on the floor. Let your left hand come over to touch it and move beyond. And then slowly lay back down. That's the only rule we have right now. My left hand stays exactly where he is. Right hand comes over to touch. And I come all the way back. Left to right. Right to left. One more, left to right. Right to left. So we're just choosing a portion of our body to touch, to make a connection, to travel to another portion of our body. Let's give it some idea. We're gonna say feet stay exactly where they are. Right hand comes up to touch left foot. And back down. Left hand comes up to touch right foot. And back down. Right hand to left foot. Left hand to right foot. Now, that might be hard enough. That might be enough rule guidance for your body. I want to explore today, what shapes are my spine joints making? So as I come up, I'm really going to try to go C, 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 on the way down, letter C, letter C, letter C, letter C, letter C. Other side, letter C, all the way through the low back. Letter C. Versus letter I. Letter I, letter I, letter I. How long can I stay there? Letter I, very straight spine. One more, letter I. And then rest. Now, if that was a difficult practice, maybe you stay and kind of finesse that. If you'd like to kind of move forward with us, let's just change the goal. Arms, hands, stay exactly there. Left foot comes over to make friends with right hand. Other side. Other side. Not a lot of rules, just foot to hand. One more, foot to hand. Foot to hand. Then I'm going to change. One rule changes everything. Same exact exercise, same exact movement. My legs stay 100% straight. Can I get over and touch that. Get over and touch. Over to touch. Over to touch. One more. Last one. Let your knees be bent. Find yourself centered and just kind of be there. Notice the shape of your spine. Notice your hands and your feet. Then begin to push your feet and your hands into the floor and do a bridge and come back out of it. Now, in order to go up, don't think of squeezing to go up. Think of pushing down into the floor to go up. My arms, my feet, my shoulders, the back of my head. And back down. Now let's begin to play with shapes of the spine. So I can go up with a relatively straight spine. And back down. Up. And down. Or I can choose to sort of scoop it, articulating letter C, up, letter C. Can you let the back of your neck respond to those cues? If I'm doing C, the back of my neck gets long, relaxed. Long neck, and relax. Letter I don't really have to do anything because I'm kind of braced into the shoulders. Two more. And just let your body rock side to side, to side, to side. Go ahead and sit up and then be on hands and knees. Let me adjust myself here. So we're going to be on hands and knees here. If we need to do a little wrist cultivation, a little wrist integrity work, you can go back to last week's work of just kind of forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, and side to side to side to circles, whatever works for you there. Today, I'm really interested in movement of the spine. In fact, I'm going to come this way. So we just did this way. This was letter I, letter C, letter I, letter C, letter I, letter U. Let the middle drop and the head and the tail lift. Long spine, flexed, neutral or long spine, extension. The shape, if I was looking at an X-ray, is a relative U, straight line-ish, rounded, curved, letter C, or a mountain. Good. Now, pretty familiar exercises, kind of cat-cow, but that's not the only way your spine moves. We have a side-to-side action. This, to me, I call this snake spine. If you were to envision a snake kind of moving its way on the ground, or kind of an S shape, can you get your spine to move like a snake, or letter S? Now, here's what I notice a lot is people kind of move through the rib spine and they don't move their head, or they just do the head and they forget the rest of their spine. I'm interested in from the top of the neck all the way to the tailbone. If there can be a movement in the shape of a snake or a letter S. Now, that's enough. Stay there. If you want more, take your snake forward into your hands. and backwards. There is, you are right, there's a bit of a dizziness. You can move slower. We're working vestibular system or our balance system here with this. And then relax. Shake out your hands. And be there. Then I want you to imagine you have an invisible hula hoop. That hula hoop can be anywhere. It can be in your ribs, it can be around your belly, it can be up higher, it can be around your neck. Where is my hula hoop? And can I imagine or keep that invisible hula hoop going? And then can I reverse it? Do I have access to taking it lower? Taking it kind of higher around my neck? Taking it and moving it through the body. If any of these are difficult for you, just remember them and go, oh, that's something to kind of come back to. Now, the reason I'm kind of playing with all of these ideas is we're about to go into a push-up variation. And the moment I say push-up, people kind of freeze. The reason static movements like planks and holding a squat and chair pose in yoga is when we get these kind of static moments, or keep your spine still, or keep your legs still. And that's all a push-up is keep your spine still and pump with your arms. We think of it as like don't move or a lack of movement, when really it's all of the movements done together to give the illusion of stillness. So sometimes we're thinking, oh, it should be easy, it should be simple, I'm just keeping this still. And then why is it not simple? It's because you're doing all of those. You're doing I, C, cat, cow, snake spine, hula hoop spine, all of that at the same time. So be patient with yourself. The push-up variation we're going to do today is kitty cat push-ups. So you're going to be here. You've got a bowl of water directly in between your two hands. Starting off, can you be in letter I spine? And can you keep letter I spine and go down and back up? Now, I don't like the term push-up. I like push away, because as I go down, in order to come up, I've got to push the floor away from me. In order to go up, something's got to be pushed down. Then I can choose moving the imaginary bowl of water forward. I like to take my feet up so that my spine has an ability to stay succinct. If I keep my feet down, I sort of want to move too much through the hips to push, so I lift. Then I can go, well, what if I move the bowl of water forward? Or to the left? Or to the right? Now, I can keep doing all of that, or I can go, there's a cat and a cow. A cat and a cow, or cow, cat. Dip the spine, letter U, letter C, or rainbow, mountain spine. I could even go snaky spine. And back down. Shake it off. There's not a right way to move. There's just options and variations. Let your spine move. So I want you to think today, as we leave, I want you to think about what are some old ideas that I had as requisites for a healthy spine, requisites for a healthy movement, ideas around movement, and how today, thinking of shapes and movement and interfacing with my environment, did that shift? Then put your hands on your heart. Tell yourself thank you for showing up today. You did some really good work. It seemed really simple, but we got a lot of ab work in, arm work, back work, leg work. We got all that in. Take a look around your space, your environment, your world. Tell your space thank you. You could not have done this without something to push and pull against. And most importantly, take a look at your community. Anyone in the room with you, dogs, cats, small animals included, anyone on screen, anyone with you, and thank your community. We are in this together. We are interconnected. We cannot do this without you, and we appreciate you for inviting us in to your world and your life. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, thank you, James. That was fabulous. I was just complaining to James earlier that I tweaked my back yesterday chasing my dog. So that was very helpful to get things loosened up. So thank you so much. So tomorrow we have stress reset. It's going great. We've had so much participation. Last week was just amazing, record week. So we hope to keep that going this week. If you have any questions, we're always here, right here at the end. If you have questions for James, this is your time to ask him. Otherwise, we will just see you all tomorrow. Long road trips. Yes, I think that's actually why my back went out. I've had a couple this month. So lots of push-ups. I know. I love how you fit in the, you make it fun to actually do these old school exercises. You don't like that. Oh, that's great.
That's the whole point of it.
That's the point. All right. Well, it looks like everyone's signing off. So we will see you guys tomorrow for Stress Reset. Thank you, James. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, everybody.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye. Thank you. See you tomorrow.